and they're asked by Mr. Nellore V. Vittal, Raju M. and Arpit Jain. So they ask, what is your assessment of returns from REITs in the next 2 to 3 years? We all have all the three listed REITs in the conservative hybrid fund instead of any one particular position. On the other hand, they also want to know why we have 50% exposure specifically to the Brookfield REIT. So an overall allocation between the three would be helpful.
Sure.
And lastly, why are REITs not a part of the flexi cap portfolio?
Sure. So REITs are very interesting currently from the investment perspective, and I'll just give a brief outlook on what we see there. So anyone who's been following the media, anyone who's been following the IT conference calls or the general environment knows that there is very strong hiring happening in the IT services companies in India. In fact, even freshers, people are hiring at record levels. While at the same time, the REITs have really not participated in any significant way in the up move that we are seeing. Also, a lot of people got scared initially by the TCS announcement that a lot of people will be working from home. This was at the beginning of the pandemic, and people thought, oh, will office space still be in demand in the new scheme of things and all that. So some of the industry conference calls on REITs were very interesting. One interesting data point that came out was the real estate rental cost for IT companies is just about 1% of their overall revenue. And it really does not make sense for IT companies to try and very significantly optimize that cost, because it's really not a big item of expenditure on their P&L. The bigger cost items are the labor costs, the labor attrition that is happening, and rehiring people and travel and those kind of things. Those are the bigger items of expenditure. Now, when one is growing employee base very significantly, where one has to train a lot of freshers, when one is trying to retain a lot of people, it makes no sense to really cut down on your office premise cost. In fact, demand is very strong in terms of the inquiries that these people are getting, and I would think that the outlook overall for REITs should be quite good in India. Barring the city of Mumbai, where rental costs are a bit high, even for international players who have captive centers in cities like Bangalore, etc., the many a times the rental cost is $1 per square feet a month kind of thing or thereabouts. So they also find the cost reasonably attractive, and for various reasons, culture, security, training, they would want people to be on premise. Even if one were to look at it dispassionately, work from home really does not take away real estate requirement. What it does is it removes the real estate from the company's P&L and balance sheet to the employee's P&L and balance sheet. So either the employee will need to rent out a higher house, a bigger house, or buy a bigger house, because if a couple, both spouses working from home, two kids getting schooled from home, and all of them will need a room or a study for their own purposes at home. It's not that suddenly that real estate requirement has gone away. And in the current opening up, most people are wanting to go back to offices at both ends, employers end as well as employees wanting to go back to office. So I am in the camp which is more towards revival in the demand for office spaces. So REITs offer us regular cash flow every quarter, plus growth in cash flow as escalations kick in, and possibility for capital appreciation over time. Within the three listed REITs, Brookfield has higher yield currently, which is the reason why it has a higher asset allocation within our portfolio. Why all three and why not one or why not two? The interesting thing is, when you look at the cities in which these REITs operate, actually all three REITs have different cities as their area of strength. So when one buys 3 REITs, one is actually getting a lot of geographical diversification. So it is not that all 3 REITs are concentrated in Bangalore, or all 3 REITs are concentrated in Delhi or something like that. So Brookfield has a very different geographical profile as compared to, let's say, a Embassy. And when one buys the 3 REITs, one gets a all India kind of diversification in terms of geography. Raj, anything you want to add, Ronak?
No, I think you have already covered all the points.
Yeah, okay. Why not in FlexiCap? So FlexiCap, minimum 65 has to be in Indian equities as per the scheme design. If we were to buy REITs in FlexiCap, that would have to come out of the foreign equity allocation. So in terms of risk reward, I think between the two, I would rather continue owning the foreign stocks that we own. That's the, and in tax saver, we are not allowed to invest.
Thank you, Rajiv.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme related documents carefully.